Hi everybody, welcome back to part 3 of the pellet sorting series. Just to review, we took tins of pellets, one at a time or multiples at a time. We've checked to make sure that they are from the same lot. If you don't have a lot number on the bottom, then open them up, compare them, make sure that there's no major variations. Then we washed them and dried them and put them in a container that's labeled. Then we inspected them, and that removed quite a few defects. From there we moved on to weighing, which removed a few more defects and got us categorized into a few different areas. I know. Unfortunately, that only leaves us with a very few pellets to deal with for the next step, which is head sizing. This is the next step in the series. I think the kitty cat's hungry. I've got two pellet head sizers. One is 25 cal, one's 22 cal. They are from pelletgauge.com. You'll notice I have some blue tape on here, and I will explain that to you after I feed the cat. One thing to remember with these sizers is these are not sizing dies. These are for measuring only. So you want to be careful not to ramrod the pellets through there. You want them to fit and fit snug, but not to the point where you're pressing down very hard on them, because then, like I said, you're trying to size instead of you're trying to change the size instead of read the size. So this is where we take our minuscule amount of pellets, and we're going to go from our weighted boxes to our head size boxes. Again, to review, I'm looking for this weight. So I have never head sized these or these. This is this weight, and all the pellet sorting I've done has come up with a whole bunch in, what size is that? 6.36. Okay, now that is where this little piece comes in. It may be hard to read with the camera, but on here is engraved 6.5, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. And the reason I put this tape on here is because these are even larger head sizes, 38, 39, and so forth. I don't care if it's bigger than 6.37, it automatically goes in the defect pile. If it's smaller than 6.35, it automatically goes into the defect pile. I don't really even care about these. I could take these over as well. All I care about is the size I'm looking for, which can be different per rifle. Okay, so your rifle might like 6.37. And mine likes 6.36, and so on and so forth. So you have to check and make sure. But I'm looking for 6.36, and so I put this little blue piece of tape here that says this is the one that I'm looking for. And that's really all the tape is about. It's, not rocket science. It's just a home point. So what I've gotten to do here is I have this little method I use where I pinch and push the pellet at the same time, and so I'll put it down. You want it to be as vertical as possible, or as perpendicular to the faceplate as possible. Now it'll rest in there, and this one just fits through there nice. If I go down a size, I'll check it, I'll put a little bit of pressure on, and now I know it is definitely a 6.36. I'm going to turn my box around so I can see. And now we move on to the next one. And same thing. Another thing that you can do is you can put, and it's hard with the camera here, but you can put your finger under and it helps to guide it back out so you're not pulling it with your fingers. It just helps to get it back through there. Okay, so that's a 6.36. Doesn't fit smaller, and it should fit right through the bigger, which it does. 6.36 again. And that's the basic concept of how to use the head sizer. every once in a while you'll get one that's just, it won't fit in the 6.36. It only fits 6.37. Okay, that one, that's tight, but it's still. And give it a couple tries. Don't just go once and be done. Okay, sometimes a little jiggle gets you through. Sometimes a little twist will get you through. You know, like I said, this whole process is about precision. You're wanting a perfect pellet at the end. So take your time. Make sure that that one just fit through right there. So I gave it a little twist, and I'll try it again. That's a 6.35. So out of these, what was it, 19 pellets that I've sorted through this series, I expect about 12 or so to be the right size. So guys, after doing this for a while, you know, you tend to get a feel for the pellet going through the hole, and you start to skip the other steps because you can just tell right away, like, oh, that's gonna fit right there and in no other hole. And so, you know, I just did the other steps to show you guys. Generally, it's best to start with the head size you're looking for. And then go higher, or if it fits in there, go one lower. Make sure it doesn't fit in that one. If it doesn't, obviously go one higher, but generally that's how that works. Now, here's the thing. When you're sorting, I could take these pellets that are too small or too big, and I could put them into a defect pile somewhere. I could have a whole other pile that says too big or too small heads, but the weight is right, if I wanted to, and I may do that. And that will allow me to take these two weights and only grab the right size. What I'm getting at is, you see how full this bin is? I could have two more here, a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier. Then I can move on to the next stage. And there is another stage. There's actually, I think, 2 more methods. At least one that I'm going to go through on film. So, like I said, you've done a lot up to this point, and you have a pellet that is the right weight and the right head size. And it doesn't have any skirt defects, and it doesn't have any head defects, and it's very close to perfect. If you wanted to stop at this point, there's nothing wrong with that. You really have done a lot of work to eliminate those flyers, those zingers, whatever you want to call them. You've done a lot to eliminate a missed shot, and you've taken it this far. So the next method I'm going to go over is a way to decipher head size versus skirt size. And I haven't done this with my own pellets because basically the skirt is a very soft area. That the skirt ring is generally a very thin metal, and when it goes down the barrel, it forms to the barrel pretty easily. So is this a necessary step? I don't think so. I think most people are going to be just fine with this. If you are top-end, top-rated, you know, pro class, extreme, whatever shooter, you're going up against the very best, and you are at that level, then you're going to want to maybe do the next step, which will take all these perfect head sizes and line them up with skirt sizes that are all very much the same. This one's a short one, guys, but really that's all there is to it. It's all about sizing the pellets. There's no advantage to getting multiples of these like there is the inspectors. It's just 2 different sizes, 2 different pellets. As always, guys, happy shooting. I hope you're enjoying the series.